Hello and welcome back to Risk of Rain Returns. I'm Areima and today I want to go into another Judgement trial. And I've been playing around with doing random, but I think I'm going to go for Huntress, to be honest. We are, as always, for all of the normal characters that aren't ridiculous, we are going to take the hit list first, because I do think that the hit list is one of the better items to take on this first level here. And the Huntress is actually a fairly strong character out the gate, like damage-wise. She's not the strongest, but like, for example, she is stronger than Mercenary with damage out the gate. Mercenary just has the survivability. One of the things that I don't know if people know about this game, but the characters are actually kind of balanced around not having items. Like, if you look at their balance before having items, they all seem very, very balanced. The issue of the balance, where the balance becomes a little weird and wonky sometimes, is that all of the different characters act differently based on having items. And it's a power fantasy game, so they're the hard power fantasy game, but it is still a power fantasy game. So they're just okay with you having crazy ass builds. So, but yeah, no, the reason why that's important and why I even mention it is because, you know, it's important for specifically challenges like this, you know what I mean? And some of the other bigger challenges like the Origin challenge, which I just recently completed. If you haven't seen it, check out the playlist on my channel. It's only going to be a couple of videos down. I did 2 runs, 2 videos on it. Took me a grand tour. Ooh, man, just sniped me. I was on the absolute end of his range there. You must go. Oh, and for some people who have been asking me about the new control scheme, I don't use mouse and keyboard, and even though there is actually a thing where you can use the new like turning thing, like you'll see it now, you see that little X there. I tried it out with multiple keybinds and I find it very hard to use, so I'm not going to be using it. Okay, that was a pretty good floor 1. I don't know. Actually, I'm going to pause and find out what the Crystal Scepter does with Huntress, because I've literally never gotten it, so I'll be right back. Okay, so apparently the Crystal Scepter is basically just a damage upgrade. It drops twice as many rocks now. Instead of dropping 6, it drops 12. Movement speed is invaluable for Huntress. Huge deal. So we're going to grab that right away. And then let's go into the second level. Come down. I know you guys can teleport. Come on. Okay. I mean, if you don't want to come down and play, it'll just be a problem later, right? Yeah. See, now with that little bit of movement speed, I can actually run away from this guy. I will say that using this every once in a while to switch the auto aim of a character, I might get in the habit of doing it. Although it is kind of hard to reach over and press that button for me. Because right now it is on the right joystick, and if you look at the bottom of the screen, all of my buttons are actually around the same area. So, but it's no harder than doing a tilt stick in Smash Brothers. So I just have to get used to it. For some reason, I was expecting an item to drop for a second there. I've been doing so many normal runs. Yeah, that's actually a pretty significant damage upgrade with the Ancient Scepter there. I actually think that that's might be like a very high quality pickup for Huntress. It's not nearly double damage, but it is like a lot more grenades because it's 12 instead of 6. And the grenades are a very huge portion of the damage, and they also all do AoE. We are definitely going to be taking that, and I actually strongly lean towards Amethyst on every run. I'm thinking crits, because what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to go for the crit ring later. But my cooldowns are already pretty short, so I'm actually going to grab the golden gun, because the golden gun is 40% more damage. I actually got that wrong in the previous video. Someone corrected me, and I actually pinned their correction. It's a 40% damage, so it doesn't matter how fast you attack or whether you're commander or anything like that. It always does 40% extra damage. Yeah, don't be afraid to, if I just straight up say something incorrect, don't be afraid to correct me, because if I see good corrections, I will actually often pin them in the comments to make sure that other people see those corrections as well. I sometimes speak ignorantly with confidence, so most of my information is coming from a good place, so I'm not trying to be incorrect. It's just like, this is what I've gathered from the information, but, you know, it's easy to be wrong about mechanics on video games. Wow. Huntress is doing really well. I actually thought this one was going to be challenging, but not even close, dude. I do feel like I am just going to get bodied now because I dared speak out about the difficulty of this challenge, but like, looking forward to the skin now. I think it helps that this isn't my first rodeo here. And I've done this challenge a couple times. Just a couple times. Someone suggested that after I'm done with all of the challenges, with all of the other characters, to go back and do Mercenary at the end to see how good I am. And honestly, now that I've been watching just being better at it with other characters, I'm honestly probably going to be doing that, because I actually think that'd be really fun, just to like potentially one-shot it with Mercenary. Show off that, you know, my favorite character I've gotten better at. I will say, though, that these Judgment trials, like, playing Monsoon, I got better at the game. I would say I got 30% better playing Monsoon. I would say that I got 100% better at this game in general playing Judgment trials. I've noticed that, like, most Monsoon runs feel a lot easier. Should I go for damage or defense? I have since learned that this item right here is actually pretty good. It saves you a hit. I want damage. Screw defense. Then attack speed. More crits. And the very, very vital at this point for Huntress, AoE. Just like Risk of Rain 2, the ukulele is a top pick for Huntress in any game mode, because she is in drastic need of more AoE. Although I will argue technically that the barrier probably was also a good pickup. I just want enough damage that we can just murder things, though. Wow. I like jump too high. Honestly, doing this just now and talking about how the Judgment trials made me so much better at the game just gave me a really cool idea for a video. If you guys are watching this and thinking about just keep in mind that I am actually thinking about more content to do for Risk of Rain Returns, and I'm trying to think of new content all the time for it, honestly, because I actually really enjoy this game and we're running out of challenges to do, so I want to do other stuff. So feel free to suggest other stuff. But one of the things I was thinking about is potentially doing a guide on how to dodge every enemy in the game. Because every enemy in the game, in isolation, mind you, is actually quite possible to dodge. We're going to be taking the jump, the ATG, the extra crits and attack speed. And more crit. I don't think it actually will be, but this is one of the levels that I was a little worried about with Huntress, because she's one of the characters that can't aim up. Honestly, I'm less worried nowadays, though, because they nerfed the birds, the swifts. Plus, I crit so much now that I actually have some pretty nasty attack speed. I barely need that crit ring, to be honest. But it's really strong. I don't know if you've ever seen a Huntress with a crit ring. You just end up spamming your ultimate over and over again, and it's pretty ridiculous. Because your ultimate drops, 6 grenades at basic and 12 with this. So, it only has a 6-second cooldown. You can easily reset the cooldown every time. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing maybe a thing where... do I want to do the thing? It would put my Amethyst on a really long cooldown. I'll take the Thoughtless Enemy. Thoughtless Enemy is actually a lot of damage. If you know how to use it correctly, which is basically put your face on them. Grind your face into the enemy. That's how you use it. Realistically speaking, you just want to make sure that it's up whenever you think it's up, and then touch someone. Like that. I need to remember that I have a double jump. But yeah, some of the content I'm thinking about potentially making in the future is doing some guides. I have dropped some hints about that. I don't want to be too obvious about what I'm doing because I don't want to make any promises. It's not that I'm keeping secrets. It's that I don't want to... If I end up starting to make something and not enjoying making it, I'm just not going to do it, right? So that's the real reason I'm not being open about what I'm making in the future. But yeah, if people have ideas of other stuff to do, I still want to finish all the Judgment trials, for sure. I actually have been really enjoying this. Got to break it up every once in a while, though, because it's kind of hard, and I feel like doing it every day would get kind of samey. Especially since I've gotten so good at it. Really baiting the game to murder me right now. Oh, that was a cool shot. Come on. Frickin' macrobes. I think they might be my least favorite enemy in the game. Let's see. I mean, the taser's pretty strong. Won't affect the Providence, but it's pretty strong otherwise. Can grab that. And more crit doesn't help me, but the gun does. Because if you notice, I was ending with half a bar, which means I'm only getting 20% off of it. This will give me the full 40. Toxin is not as strong on Huntress as it is on other characters, but I am going to bring it just because I should be able to get it off on Providence. For the record, I was actually able to hold my right joystick during that fight there to make sure that I didn't accidentally yeet a blast arrow off in the wrong direction. So it was a useful tool. Because the auto aim of Huntress sometimes actually screws with you. You did not know. I missed. Speaking of auto-aim screwing with you. I think there's actually a way to turn off for auto-aim. But, I don't know. As a Risk of Rain, like, original game veteran, I feel like turning off the auto-aim, like, turns off a huge aspect of the character. So, I feel... I don't feel like I should do it. Definitely Brewing Behemoth here. That's actually a toss-up between the Topaz and the Tough Times, but I do think I'm going to lean towards Tough Times. And, oh man. Extra Repulsion Armor only adds 1 second to the invulnerability time. But neither of these super benefit me either. So I think I'm just going to go for Alien Head. And then... I think the Ukulele is more damage than the ATG. Is this going to be another first try? If it is, that's kind of amazing. I actually expected this one to be quite hard. If possible, I'd like to kill this guy as soon as possible, because I don't need his minions. I already have max stacks. Okay, gotta get out of there now. That was a problem. Whew. Okay, we got this. Still got this. Speaking of auto aim, screwing with you. I was aiming right, and then the auto aim pulled me left, and then left my aim to the left. Okay, we got rid of the problem child in the room. Oh, I didn't actually kill the last 2 enemies, but I killed the current enemy on the screen, which the game kind of counted for me. We're actually going to grab another double jump here. And we'll grab the Harvester Scythe because we have crits. And I think we'll grab this because I will get a chance to use the Mortar Tube to great effect. The extra attack speed is not as big of a deal right now as getting more damage, so we're grabbing the Sticky Bomb. I need to reposition myself because this is getting harder, and I actually bumped the bottom of my desk with my controller. Ow. See how much damage that guy did to me? Jesus. Yeah, if I wanted to use the aiming thing, like, full time, I could switch my buttons out, which would be kind of problematic to do at this point in my career. But I could, if you wanted to do it, and then you could use the right joystick to aim. I think it's a pretty good accessibility tool, and I'm glad that mouse and keyboard got it. Because with mouse and keyboard, it felt really awkward, and I had, like, almost everyone I know was complaining about the fact that it wasn't mouse aim. There we go. Another Harvester Scythe would not be all that useful. I'm going to grab the attack speed, and this is 10% damage, but this is a chance to activate things. And then we're going to take the crit here, and I'm going to take the survivability. The dodge might save my life, who knows? 18 minutes and 51, that's pretty good time, to be honest. Isn't, you know, like drifter times. Oh yeah, someone, a bunch of people in my comments on my last video were telling me why these guys have weird abilities. And it's actually really cool. So all of the Umbras here actually have combined loadouts. Like for example, the miner there just did an enforcer charge. And then Handy drops engineer mines. So they all actually have weird loadouts. I just only noticed the Handy ones because they were kind of more obvious. Funny, but technically speaking, having minions on this stage actually makes the stage easier, by the way. The Umbras. Yeah, they actually make the stage easier. Because you can... There's a lot of stuff you can get off of them as a resource. Versus if it was only Providence and there was nothing to kill. Now, I will say the sniper's a problem. If you don't have a one-shot protection up like the Guardian Sword or something like that, you could get one-shot by the sniper. That's hundreds of damage. I've been hit by it once. Okay, that was a little bit of a problem. We're just going to back off for a second and let my Guardian Sword come back. There we go. Okay. Final phase. Let's get up to where he's going to be. Because even though we can't hurt him, we will be able to get some HP off of him. Come at me, Broseph. I don't want to be over there. Come on, put it over here. Thank you. And you're done. Woo! Very nice. First try. Exactly 22 minutes. Ooh, okay. Let's go check out what that skin looks like. For people who are wondering, by the way, I was complaining about this in a previous video. You can actually just press, like, square a bunch of times, and it gets through those menus really fast. Okay, let's turn this back up. And turn off the highlights. And as usual, ooh, I actually like this one a lot because it has that nice blue in there. Anyways, this has been Risk of Rain Returns. This has been yet another Providence trial. Honestly, one of the easier ones. We're going to be doing one next that I think is probably one of the harder ones. We'll be doing minor next, I think. I've heard a couple people complain about it being one of the harder ones. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you guys are enjoying the videos, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and or subscribe. It helps me out, lets me know that you guys are enjoying it and you want to see more. And I hope you guys have a good day. Goodbye.